Hey everybody, welcome back to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim and it is day 6 of the Santa Cloth Challenge. Okay, so today, popcorn stitch in purple. That's what I'm making today. Just a little background in case you have not seen the other videos. So during a live coffee with Kim, I had my subscribers and the people in the chat give me a stitch and a color. And it ended up 26 of them. So one of these envelopes behind me has 2 of them in it. But what I did was I made like an advent tree, and each one of these envelopes has one of these little papers. And like I said, one of them has 2. So each day I'm drawing out from the numbered envelope and I'm making a kitchen towel set based on that. So I have a rack of them behind me here that I've been making. And I'll tell you what the other days were. My new journal. Let me tell you what the other ones were. Okay, so day 1 was the crossed double crochet in red. Day 2 was the lemon peel in yellow. Day 3 was the front post double crochet in white. Day 4 was the single crochet in rose color. Been making. This was yesterday's. Yesterday's was the moss stitch in black. Now you'll notice that I am adding some other colors to it because what I'm trying to do, this is a stash busting project, challenge if you will. So I'm not buying any new yarn. Some of it is coming in that I ordered prior to this. So you'll see me opening new yarn or using new yarn, but I have not ordered any since the challenge started. So this is a stash busting challenge for me. And what I'm also doing is I'm taking a hand soap and I'm matching it with it. So it would be a really nice gift set of a kitchen towel, a scrubby, and a hot plate, as well as some matching hand soap. So that's what we're doing. So today, it again is the popcorn stitch and it's purple. Now I have a few different color purples here. Those, and I do have one other one. Where is that? Here it is. So this is all the purple in my stash, and then I also have the purple scrubby yarn. So I'm working with all of that, and I actually started the towel, and then I realized I should be recording. So what I did here was I did a base chain of 31. Okay, so not pull that out. I did a base chain of 31. And then I did a row of double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, skip 1. And then I did a row of the popcorn. And then I did a stabilizing row of half double crochets. So that's where I'm at right now. So it's a 3-row repeat. So now I'm back to, I just did another row of the double crochet, chain 2, skip 1. Finish that. And now I am back to the popcorn stitches. Now the funny thing is I want the popcorn stitches to all poke out at the same side. So when I did my repeats, I realized, hold on, let me finish this because it pulled out. When I did my popcorn, I realized I have to do this popcorn row backwards. So I have to actually feed it through and do the popcorn so it pops out the front, chain 2, and then go into, I wanted to create little windows. I figured that was a cool way to accent the popcorn stitch itself. So popcorn stitch is 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet. You can do it with 5, you can do it with 3, but I decided 4 on this one. Okay, then you leave that stitch open, you go back to your first double crochet, reinsert into the abandoned stitch, and then tie it tight, and then I chain 2, and it pops out like a piece of popcorn. So I do that all the way across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to notice that I have lots of yarn hanging from this project, and again I'm carrying the colors up the side because I am going to do a row of single crochet all the way around to hide the tails. or the, you know, the dragging along. See how they're all coming up that way? It's so that I don't have to tie in so many tails. Okay, so I did the 4 doubles. I'm going, normally you would go in from the back and pull it tight, but because I want them all to face the same way, I'm going in from the front and pulling it backwards. Chain 2 and do 1 more popcorn stitch. 2, 3, 4. Again, this is not really a tutorial. This is just kind of a video to show you the process of how I came up with the set and what I did with the stitch that they chose for today. If you would like, if you see any of the ones I'm doing and you'd like a pattern, just put it in the comments or shoot me an email, and I will get you more details. But this is not really a tutorial set. This is more of a, hey, let's just kind of see what I'm doing here kind of thing. And I'm really having a lot of fun with this. This is day 6, and I make up the pattern as I go for each one, a brand new pattern for each one. And it's really testing my creativity. And you know me, be creative, right, all the time. So I'm enjoying this quite a bit. And I do have a couple people that are actually following along, or at least making a couple of them. And if you do make one, or all of them, or if you're doing the challenge with me, please put it on the Facebook page. I would love to see it. Okay, so now we're back here, and you'll see I have the multicolor line right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring it right up into this, chain 2, and now I'm doing the stabilizing row of an entire row of 30 stitches of half doubles. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm repeating back and forth all of these. I kind of like how it's coming out. What I might do right now is do the body of the towel, if you will, with 5 or 6 rows of the half doubles, just to give it some more stability. Because when you have a kitchen towel, you want something to wipe your hands on. You don't necessarily want the popcorn and the bobbles. So I'm going to go ahead and do 5 or 6 rows of the half doubles, and I will meet back up with you in a minute. Don't go anywhere. All right, so I've worked a few rows, and then of course halfway through I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to do, so here's the regular popcorn stitches using double crochet. I did some rows of half double popcorn stitches. I thought that was kind of cool. So, and you know, I probably would have liked to do the whole thing in this, but I'm not going to pull this out and start over. I don't have time to do it. So I went ahead and did my plan as before. I did some regular rows, and then I added in the half double popcorns. And now I'm to the point where it's time to start the decrease. And again, as you know, I yarn over, pull up, and go through, okay? So I'm just going to keep going. On each end, I reduce. That way, I know a lot of people probably do their double crochet 2 together, or reduction, however you want to do it, differently. But I find that while I'm doing these towels, it's really working out well the way I do it. So I'm going to keep going with the reducing and tapering in on both ends until I have about 15 stitches in between, and then I will come back and show you how I do the handle and take it from there. Okay? Don't you go anywhere. You hang on. You stay right here. All right, so we're down to 15 at the top. Now it's time to make the handle. Okay, I'm going to do the handle differently on this one, trying to change things up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 20. See how that gets me. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Will that go over nicely? Let me do 25. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. So then I'm obviously going to make it thicker, but there we go. So I'm doing this one different than I've done the others. I'm going to go ahead and circle back around and do in the bump, always in the bump. I'm going to do a row of half doubles in the bump to make the handle nice and thick. Okay. Always a struggle with the base, with the base row. That's all right. We're real here. You can share the pain with me. So I'm going to go ahead and make this the handle. Noticed my sound was a little too low, so move that over. And if you don't know what I'm talking about in the back bump, you look at your chain how you normally look at it. If you turn it over, you'll see that there's a bump in the back where the V's meet each other. And that's where I like to do my base row of everything. If I'm doing a base row with singles or half doubles or doubles, whatever I'm doing, it's going to be in that back bump because it makes it a bit wider. And I just think it looks neater. So, okay, we're about a third of the way done with this. I know I mentioned it before, but I'm really having fun with this challenge. It's making me think every single day, trying to come up with new ideas because I don't want to make the same dish towel 26 times, So I'm doing that. I'm also, I'm going through my stash of hand soap. I know who has a stash of hand soap. Well, those of us who make kitchen towel sets for gifts. So once a year I go to, usually it's Bath and Body, but sometimes it's Amazon. And I get a stash of the foaming hand soap to keep on hand. Not only do I like to use it in the house, but I like to have it for gifts. You do the office party gift giveaways and, don't spend more than $20. Well, how about I make a hand towel set with a nice soap to match? Boom. There's a really nice gift and under $20 and everybody's happy. So I'm having fun also challenging myself to find the soap that matches. Today I did have a little bit of a struggle. I had to match this soap more to these colors in here. I didn't have a grape or a lavender, which I will keep in mind next time I order, because I should always have lavender in my stash. That's just one of my favorite scents. So I'll make sure to add that to my stash next time I do an order of hand soap. Okay, so I'm down to the end of this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go right into the row of single crochet. I'm going to do a row of single crochet all the way around the towel. I'm going to hide in any tails and button it all up. Actually, I'm going to do single. I was going to say I might do a half double, but I'm just going to do single crochets all the way around. And once I get back up to the top of here, I'm going to take into consideration that I need to do a chain of about 3 for the buttonhole. Then we'll pick the button, sew it on, and then I'll show you the other parts of the towel set that I have made. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so I'm coming up to the last few single crochet. And I'm going to go ahead and here's where I'm going to put the buttonhole. So I'm going to go ahead and do the last stitch here as a slip stitch. It's tight. It's all right. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to actually chain 2. Let's see what button I want to use. Perfectly purple. Perfectly purple. I have lighter purple ones, but they're small. I don't want it that small. Yep, we're going to go with this ginormous purple one. The challenge is going to be finding a needle to put through that, but that's okay. I'm going to need more than a chain 3 for this one. Let's do a chain 5. And then I'm just going to set it here and see if this button will fit through. Yes, so a chain 5 will work for that. Tighten that right down. And I'm going to go ahead and go one more round over it because you want it to be a little sturdier than just one single chain. Because it's going to be holding the towel, it's going to be pulled on, it's going to be tugged. You know how kitchen towels get used and abused, right? So we're going to go ahead one more round. Slip stitch into there. Ba-doop, doo-doop. Okay, where are my scissors? Here they are. Okay. Now, you will notice all but one to actually, that can be trimmed off because it's tucked in. So my tails were organically tucked in as I did the single border around here, okay? And then this one just needs to be tucked in now. So why don't we do that while I'm thinking of it? Here's my needles. Put the needle on the record. Put the needle on the record. What song is it? It'll come to me. Okay, tuck that tail in so the buttonhole looks nice and neat. Tuck it in quite a bit. Okay, put the needle back where you found it so you're not looking for it later. Okay. Now you want to loop this over and find out where the button needs to go. Be right like that. So I want to make sure the button is on the side where the popcorn pops out, because I want that to be the side facing out. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Now, here's the trick, is finding a needle that's going to fit through here with yarn on it. Now, if you get to the point where you're struggling with this and you just can't, use dental floss. I know. I sound crazy, but if you can use dental floss and sew that needle on or sew that button on, you're going to be very happy with yourself. So I do like to use the same yarn that I'm making the item with to sew on the button. Normally, I peel it apart and make it only like 1 or 2, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it full size this time and see. If I struggle too much, then I'll pull it off and make it thinner. Now again, I want to make sure exactly where I'm putting the button. Nice giant button. I love it. Okay, and you're gonna struggle a little bit. Let's pull this here. Come on. And if you do need some help, maybe a pair of pliers, which I should have right here in my drawer, and I don't. Well, what did I do with it? Well, I can grab it with this. Let's see if I can. What the heck did I do with it? Who knows? So let's see if I can just grab this. A little bit of leverage. There we go. See? Pulled it right through. Okay. And then loop it around. And the problem is I got to go through it again, right? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fight with this button. I'm going to get it sewn on. And then, well, actually, let me just keep going, because all I have left now is to show you the set that I made, the rest of the set. And there's no sense in editing even more than I have to, right? So I'm not going to. I'm going to sew this on. And if there's bad words that happen, so be it. Oh, the buttons are not the easy part, because the backs of the buttons are very tight. Well, because they're not expecting you to sew them on with thread, right? So that is an issue. But there's ways. I mean, the thread gives I'm pushing it through by using the desk to push it through. There's so many ways to try to outmaneuver these things. Just don't use your teeth. Found that out the hard way. I'm looking around as I do this because I'm trying to find my pliers. I don't know where I put them. Who knows? I'm trying to grab this and pull it through. Come on. Come on. We can do it. I don't want to break the needle. It's not that good of a needle, you know. All right. And there we go. Okay. So, and of course, the first time you stretch this button loop on the button, it should fight you a little bit. You want it to fight you a little bit. There we go. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so I don't have the scrubby done yet, but I do have the hot plate done. And I decided to make the popcorn look like a bunch of grapes. And then I did some green for the leaves on top, and I figured I'd put a little pop of the green up top to hold it. So this is the hot plate that goes with this. And now I'm going to make the scrubby, and I will be right back. Okay, so the entire set is finished. It looks blue on the camera, but this is absolutely dark eggplant purple. So here we go. Here's the whole set. Again, it was popcorn stitch, day 6, popcorn stitch in purple. I'm going to hang these all up how I would present them as a gift. I have to be honest with you, I did just order some lavender hand soap. So while I am putting this soap with it for now, I will be swapping it out. So a final reveal of all 26 days or 26 sets will show a different soap. I just couldn't let it go. This is more of a rose color, so I couldn't let it go. So anyway, here's the towel. Bigger popcorn, smaller popcorn, popcorn grapes, and the scrubby. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm trying to be more creative each day so you guys don't get bored because there are 26 of them to go through. So remember, check out all the other days. Check out Coffee with Kim tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and you'll find out what's on this little slip of paper for day 7. I don't even know, so we'll find out together. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching this series. If you do try any of these, please head on over to the Facebook page. All my information is in the info spot below. You know what I mean. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Always remember, be happy, be kind, and be creative. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.